Makeup really doesn't like your short skirts. I'm like, that's unusual, because he sure pays attention. But it would be funny. I could always tell when Mr. Acuff had a little drink, because I could do a song and he'd say, "Getting a little rock and roll for the Grand Ole Opry, aren't you, Miss Jeannie? Kind of watch that." I'm like, "Yes, Mr. Acuff." I could do the same song and he'd say, "Honey, you had them coming out of their seats." That's the way to do it.
Jeannie Seely was a giant in country music, a star who sang straight from her heart. Her voice reached deep into people's souls, and she wasn't just a singer. She was a pioneer who made it easier for women to shine in a tough industry. Now that she's gone, the world feels a little emptier, but her funeral is coming up, giving fans and friends a chance to say goodbye to someone truly one of a kind. Jeannie's life was like a country song, full of dreams, hard work, and a whole lot of love. She started in a small town, climbed her way to the top, and left behind a legacy that'll never fade. Let's take a walk through her amazing story, from her first notes to her final bow. Jeannie Seely came into the world on July 6, 1940, in Titusville, Pennsylvania, a little place where everybody knew everybody. Her full name was Marilyn Jean Seely, but to everyone who loved her, she was just Jeannie. Music was in her blood from the start. Her dad strummed the banjo, and her mom sang in the church choir, filling their house with sound. As a kid, Jeannie couldn't get enough of it. She'd sing whenever she could, and her family was right there cheering her on. By the time she was a teenager, Jeannie was already on local radio and TV, her voice catching people's ears. But Titusville wasn't big enough for her dreams. So she took a leap and moved to California. There, she worked as a secretary to pay the bills, but at night she'd hit the clubs, singing her heart out. It was tough, but Jeannie never gave up. Then, in 1965, she made the move that changed everything. She packed up and headed to Nashville, the heart of country music. Nashville was where Jeannie's star really started to shine. In 1966, she released "Don't Touch Me," and wow, did it take off! The song shot up to #2 on the country charts, and people couldn't stop listening. It was a love song with a twist, full of longing and heartbreak, and it hit fans right in the feels. That song even snagged her a Grammy for Best Female Country Vocal Performance. Overnight, Jeannie Seely was a name everyone knew. She didn't slow down after that. Jeannie kept the hits coming with songs like "Can I Sleep in Your Arms," "Lucky Ladies," and "I'll Love You More Than You Need." What made her music so special? It was real. She wrote a lot of her own songs, pulling from her own life, the joys, the tears, the whole messy, beautiful ride. When Jeannie sang, you could feel every word, and that's why fans adored her. If you know country music, you know the Grand Ole Opry. It's the biggest stage in Nashville where legends are made. Jeannie didn't just perform there, she owned it. She joined the Opry in 1967 and went on to sing there more than 5,000 times, more than anyone else ever. Every time she stepped up to that microphone, she brought the house down with her voice and that big, warm smile. The Opry wasn't just a gig for Jeannie, it was her second home. She loved being part of that family, and they loved her right back. Even as she got older, she kept showing up, sharing her songs with new fans and keeping the Opry's spirit alive. She was the queen of that stage, no question about it. Jeannie Seely wasn't just a singer, she was a fighter. Back in the 60s and 70s, country music was a man's world, and women had to work twice as hard to get noticed. But Jeannie didn't let that stop her. She wrote her own songs, helped produce her music, and stood up for herself in an industry that didn't always make it easy. She proved women could do it all, and do it better. Her grit inspired other women to chase their dreams. Big names like Dolly Parton and Reba McEntire looked at Jeannie and saw what they could be. She didn't just break barriers, she smashed them wide open, making room for every female artist who came after her. And she did it with style, kindness, and a laugh that could brighten any room. Jeannie wasn't just a star, she was a friend, a mentor, and a whole lot of fun. She loved helping new singers find their footing in the music world. She'd sit them down, share a story or two, and give them the push they needed to keep going. That kindness made her a legend off stage, too. In her personal life, Jeannie had two big loves. She married Hank Cochran first, a songwriter who helped shape country music. Later, she tied the knot with Jack Green, another singer who shared her spotlight. She didn't have kids, but she was the coolest aunt and a rock for her friends. With her big heart and that famous smile, Jeannie made everyone feel like they mattered. Jeannie Seely's funeral is happening on August 10, 2025, at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee. It's the perfect spot to say goodbye since it meant so much to her. The service will be a big celebration of her life, packed with the music she loved. Some of her closest pals, like Dolly Parton, Reba McEntire, and Garth Brooks, are set to sing in her honor. It'll be a day of tears, sure, but also a lot of joy remembering everything she gave us. Fans are invited to come along and join in. It's a chance to say thank you to Jeannie for all her songs and all her heart. The families asked for no flowers. Instead, they'd love donations to the Grand Ole Opry Trust Fund. It helps country music folks in need, and Jeannie would have been all for it. What made Jeannie's songs so unforgettable? They were honest. She didn't just sing, she told stories about real life. Love, loss, hope, pain, she put it all out there. Her voice had this magic way of making you feel like she was singing just for you. That's why her music still hits hard today. Other singers knew she was special too. They admired how she could turn feelings into melodies. Jeannie showed that country music isn't just about the sound, it's about the soul behind it. Her songs will keep spinning long after we've said goodbye. Jeannie Seely's gone, but she's not really gone. Her music lives on, in every radio play, every Opry night, every fan who hums her tunes. She showed women they could rule country music, and she left a path for others to follow. Her legacy isn't just in the records she made, it's in the people she inspired, the artists she lifted up, and the love she spread. Her funeral's going to be huge for country music. It's a moment to feel the loss, but also to celebrate everything she was. The stars will be there, Dolly, Reba, Garth, but so will regular folks like you and me, all coming together for Jeannie. It's not the end, it's a new verse in her story. Losing Jeannie Seely stings. She was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of person, a star who lit up country music with her voice and her spirit. Her funeral on August 10, 2025 at the Grand Ole Opry is our chance to remember her songs, her strength, her love. If you can make it, come sing with us. If you can't, put on Don't Touch Me and think of her. Jeannie's still here in every note she ever sang. Jeannie Seely's life was a gift, and her passing leaves a big empty space. But through her music, her courage, and all the lives she touched, she'll always be a legend. Rest easy, Jeannie. We'll never forget you. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to daily updates and never miss a video.